Thank you, Madam Chair, delegates, colleagues, and friends. Thank you for letting me speak to you today on this most important rule. My name is WENDI Lazar, and I'm a commissioner on the Commission on Women, a supporting entity. I am also a partner at Outten Golden in New York. I represent executives and professionals, and over my 23 years have represented many lawyers, associates, and equity partners, and counseled them on their partnership agreements, on firm moves, and sadly, on harassment and discrimination issues. I would like to share with you some of their stories because they are invisible to many of you, and their suffering has, for the most part, been in silence. I know the perpetrators are not in this room, but that is why I need you to understand why the ABA needs this rule, because these behaviors remain in our profession and are driving out excellent lawyers. Many of my clients have experienced harassment and discrimination. Some of them have been victim to behaviors that are unspeakable here today. Others have been asked to leave firms because they have complained about sexual harassment and have been retaliated against because they have complained about race discrimination. What they all have in common is that they knew that complaining or suing in court would not give them justice, not in our profession, sadly. The barriers to justice are just too costly for those starting out in their careers or those deeply invested. Rather, they would be further victimized, asked politely, or not so politely, to leave the firm, sign a release, receive a severance payment or less, or worse, be forced to leave without a trace, maybe because they just wouldn't have sex with a senior partner at their firm. She leaves, he stays, business as usual. And what type of behavior are we really talking about? My clients have had male colleagues expose themselves in conference rooms, grope them in limousines after a hard day at the office, and threaten them that if they would not have sex in a bathroom at a retreat, that they would not be promoted to lead counsel in a litigation. These women need protection, and they need a remedy. Firms don't want to punish their male partners, and judges often are reluctant to police their own. So in the end, there's no justice for the victims of discrimination. But I'm not here today to make you feel sorry for the victims that I've counseled. Rather, I am here to tell you why we need this rule. We need it to give power to the, quote, others, the people who are different, the minorities, the less powerful. It is obvious that the ABA supports women and minorities. Yesterday, 800 people came to the Margaret Brent Award luncheon to show their great support. We have implemented Goal 3 policies to promote the disabled, LGBTQ initiatives, women and minorities, and within the bar, we have elevated women to positions of great leadership. But where it matters is in our own practices. In our profession, our record is not the same as the ABA's. It is abysmal. We have few women equity partners and fewer minority partners. And in terms of diversity and inclusion, our record is poor. We are losing the war on retention, allowing women and minorities to leave the profession because they feel unprotected and undervalued. This resolution may not be the entire answer to the problem, but it recognizes that we have a problem and we want to fix it. Most important is that by voting for this resolution, we are not asking you to support new law, because for more than 50 years, it has been illegal to discriminate and harass those in a protected class. There just wasn't a black letter rule that said it. We are asking all of you who took an oath as officers of the court to support our rule of law, to make it unethical, to knowingly discriminate. We are asking you to act, not to rewrite existing law and not to punish behavior that is minimally offensive, but rather to hold those responsible who discriminate with intention. This rule can be a powerful deterrent if we hold our colleagues to this standard. Finally, this rule is for law students joining the profession and all of our children who want to enter a profession that respects our differences and celebrates our diversity. I couldn't say it better than the law student who testified on this rule at mid-year when he asked, "Why would I want to be part of an organization like the ABA without a rule like this?" I thank you for your time.